All right, so we just arrived at the trailhead of Evergreen Mountain. It's a 4.2 mile hike. Why hike this trail? And hopefully today I'll give you some answers as to why that is. It is Colorado though, it's gonna be gorgeous. So if you like to hike and you love the state of Colorado, you should watch this video. And also subscribe to my channel where I'll be doing plenty of hikes through this season, next season, and probably an unforeseeable number of seasons. Beautiful day so far, not too cold. Sun occasionally peeking out from the clouds. Now I will have to hustle a little bit today. There is a winter storm watch in effect. Now just kicking off though. I'm definitely gonna need my microspikes today. There is a decent amount of ice already just in the parking lot. We got this gorgeous valley behind me. Great place to start the hike. So we'll see how it goes. So this valley is just absolutely gorgeous. How can you not be at peace in a place like this? So of course I'm looking to make it to Evergreen Mountain and get some gorgeous views. But even if you just come and kind of walk around, it's gorgeous. Great place to bring your dog. Just get outside and get in nature. So after the valley, you delve right into pine trees. And it is nothing but pine trees all the way to the summit. So in an effort to maintain the ecology of evergreen forest and to minimize the impact of wildfires, the city of Evergreen does intentionally cut down pine trees. Visually, these downed pine trees can be seen everywhere. They create a really neat texture along the trail in the winter as you're hiking. So far the trail's pretty straightforward though. Snow's well packed. Depending on your shoes, spikes might make it easier. I've only seen one other person on this trail and they were riding their bike. So they were doing some mountain biking, but other than that, nobody. There were some people at the trailhead, they were doing other trails, smaller loops with their dogs and just kind of taking in the day opposed to peak bagging. Not that I'm peak bagging, although based on my current physical fitness, whoo buddy, it sure does feel like it. I've hiked a lot harder, that's for sure. Thought I was going the wrong way, so I got a little confused. Know your trails. Anywho, about halfway, it's still a gorgeous day. There's no wind, no precipitation. I'm just gonna pause for a second. I can hear one airplane, but I can't hear any people. There's nothing. It's just absolute quiet. The quiet out here is just different. It's really hard not to just be present while you're out here, and that's probably one of the top reasons I love doing this. Is once you get hiking, it's just about the footsteps you take, your heart rate, and taking in the surroundings around you. It's really hard to like think about your troubles or think about your next thing. It's just being present. All right. right, so getting really close to the summit, the trail has gotten a little rockier. There are some spots where there's decent ice runoff, so microspikes would definitely be handy. I have mine. I feel pretty comfortable with my shoes at the moment, but just depending on your comfort level, spikes might be a good idea. I'm gonna do things a little different. I know people talk about how beautiful Colorado is, and they get these shots of these amazing summits and how much fun it is, and etc. And all that's true, and I hope to bring some of that too. I don't want to take away from that. But there's something that's kind of hard to capture, so maybe I can explain it. You know, so when I started the trail, I had this urge to like check my gear and check my phone and get my notifications, and there's this moment where it's almost like you have to force yourself to let go. And then when you do, it's kind of uncomfortable, it's kind of weird. And then something just kind of happens and you feel at peace. You feel calm and quiet. And, you know, none of the stress is there anymore. You know, it's, I'm not thinking about work or kids or schedules or medical situations or anything like that. Any stuff that would normally be the forefront of my mind just kind of fades away for a little bit, and it's really, really, really nice. And so if there's any reason you should hike this trail, or any trail for that matter, or a trail where you're fairly secluded, honestly, it's for your health. And I don't just mean heart health. I don't just mean physical fitness and getting muscles and all that stuff. That happens though, which is nice. That's a nice benefit. But I mean, for your mental health, it's really good for you to be outside. And if I can inspire somebody to get outside and to see those benefits, I'll feel like I've had a really, really good day. So get outside, explore. It's a beautiful state. I'm gonna quit getting sappy, and I'm gonna go get this summit and see if my drone will work. We reached the top of Evergreen Mountain. I did get a chance to use my drone, which was pretty cool. It's a little stressful, but definitely cool, so hopefully the footage turns out okay. But I do want to bring up an important note, and that's the weather. So I can feel that the temperature is starting to drop pretty quickly, which it's 12 o'clock in the day, so you know, obviously it's usually colder in the morning, it warms up when the sun comes out, cools back down at night. The fact that it's dropping in temperature now, and that there's a winter advisory scheduled for this evening. So, but we'll have to play it by ear. It's really important that when you're in the mountains, you pay attention to the weather, you pay attention to the clouds, how you feel, how far away from your car you are, and just be safe, you know? Do something to your ankle, or you suffer an injury and temperatures start to drop and you're sweating, and it doesn't take a lot for things to go south fast. So just be mindful. Be safe, be mindful, have fun, enjoy the outdoors, but be safe and be mindful. Yeah, so it doesn't matter how far I hike. I hate downhill. It's the worst part. Whether I hike a 4-mile hike, 6 miles, 12 miles, 18 miles. I've hiked 18 miles, and the downhill is always the worst. On the way up, I'm always like, oh my God, this is gonna be awesome. This is so epic. Let me get pictures of everything. This is so cool. And then on the way down, I'm like, oh my God. Where's the car? This sucks. Downhill is the worst. Anywho, what do you guys think? Uphill or downhill? What's the worst? What's your best time in the hike? Let me know in the comments. So I am descending Evergreen Mountain pretty quickly. The temperature is dropping very quickly. You know, I have all the gear to stay warm and things like that. I'm not worried. However, the weather in the Colorado mountains can really change on a dime. But I don't want to get stuck in a snowstorm, you know? We could easily get 4 or 5 inches of snow in an hour. Well, that's about how far away I am from my car. So I'm gonna hustle on out of here. All right, so made it back to the trailhead. You know, today was a good hike. We got a little over 4 miles in. The temperature and the weather held out just long enough for us to make the top of Evergreen Mountain and back. I feel rejuvenated, revitalized. I know I started with asking why you should hike this trail. Well, a couple reasons. It's really calm and peaceful to begin with. Very few people out here. You kind of have the space to yourself. Now, if you're looking for like an adventurous hike with like a bunch of rocks and cool features and stuff like that, that's not what this is. This to me was just pine trees and quiet. It was just really calm and it was very soothing. And it was really what I needed. And it's definitely one that I'll put in my back pocket if I need some serenity. So I will say I do intend to hike at least 750 miles this year, so there will be no shortage of hiking tips and tricks and trails and reviews and beautiful views for you to check out. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, I'd highly encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Or if you're into anything Colorado, really. I love this state. The state is freaking awesome.